It's hot today. It's hot in the UK. So we just got back in Andy's car. It said 35.5 degrees. That's hot for the UK, and it's a hot. It's not a dry heat. It's a very humid heat. I'm hot, and so I'm going to go and get a nice lolly in my bikini, sit in the garden, and possibly get the old sprinkler system out on the hose and just cool off, I think. Hope you guys out there aren't too hot and bothered as well, but yeah. Hi guys, it's been a while. Sorry I've been such a long time since I've last been on here, but I hope you're all keeping well. Today is just going to be a quick video, and I just wanted to see if anybody else out there had come across the same thing, because there just seems to be an issue, but I don't know if it's a worldwide issue, a national issue, or just a me issue, about the medication you can get called Tranexamic Acid. I used to get it quite a lot, so if you don't know me, hi, I'm Becky. I've done a few videos on this channel now which talk about my uterine fibroids, and so one thing I used to take on a monthly basis, particularly when my period was really heavy, was something called Tranexamic Acid. It used to be prescribed by my doctor if I was having some really difficult months, and it's just to help the bleeding, so it would make everything a bit more manageable. So I used to take 2 tablets 3 times a day, and it just used to help not stem the flow. I wouldn't think, perhaps, I know this sounds horrible, sorry everybody out there, thicken everything up so that it wasn't so much of a flood, so much of a flow, and actually slightly more manageable. And it just helped, you know, that panic of being out of the house when it's ridiculously heavy and you've got to be at work, you've got to be here, you've got to be there, you've got to be at this and that and whatever else. But actually to have that was just a godsend, you know, just to help. You know, it didn't help massively, it wasn't a fix, it was a remedy that helped. And probably more than anything, obviously the physical signs, yeah, it did work, but more than anything I think it was just a reassurance. So my doctor used to prescribe it when I need it. Obviously, lockdown at the moment has made things much harder, and it's not something I would go to the doctors just to get, unless I had another reason to go. And then a few years ago, a miracle happened, that you could actually get it without prescription from Boots the chemist. So Boots is a national chain in the UK, probably one of the longest running, surviving chemists in the UK, been around for years and years and years, and they actually were able to sell their version of Tranexamic Acid, which was under the brand name of, I believe it was, correct me if I'm wrong, Cyklokapron, and you used to be able to buy that over the counter at their pharmacies. So you used to be able to go into Boots and then buy Tranexamic Acid over the counter, so that was always amazing backup. You know, it wasn't cheap, it was sort of £7, £8 a box, same as prescription I suppose, but it was that reassurance, and also you could buy it online and they could deliver, and it was amazing, and you could have stock in and just in case you needed it, and I would probably use it most months. I did find sometimes it gave me a few side effects, so the main side effect I would just say was probably headaches. But I didn't know if that was just through the loss of blood through because my periods are so heavy, or whether it was just the tablet in itself, or the nature of the tablet. I believe it stems blood flow and clots and things like that, because I think people also use it after surgery and things like that. So maybe it was more to do with that, and actually, you know, that's what causes the headaches. But that was fine. I didn't mind a headache if it stopped the other problems. The other side effect I did find from it, and I don't know if any of you else have found that out as well. I know, sorry, just to go back, I think it's called something else in other countries, and I can't for the life of me work out what it is, but I'll put it in the description below. So if you don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about Tranexamic Acid, I think it goes under another brand name, which is very well known as in perhaps America and other countries. So I'll put that in the description below. But the other side effect I used to find from it was that actually it sometimes prolonged my period, because I know, again, this sounds horrific. Please leave now if you're finding this a bit like, ooh, is that it prolonged everything, because perhaps if I wasn't taking it, everything would flow out quicker, perhaps. But perhaps taking that just meant that it wasn't so quick to dispel. That's a thing. And so actually it used to sometimes prolong my periods to make them last almost 2 weeks, even if the last few days were hardly anything, but it would still be going for weeks on end if I took the tablet. But again, sometimes that outweighs, the suffering, the embarrassment, not so much the embarrassment, the worry, perhaps that helped. But anyway, it was nice to have it just in case you needed it as well. So I used to get some in for the month, and then I was there ready. And if I was having a particularly bad month, I could take the tablets, or if there was something that I had to do, whether it was out of my routine. So I got kind of in a good routine now. If I'm at work and it's that time of the month, I can just about manage it. But if it's something out of my routine that I have to do when it's that time of the month, I panic, because where's the nearest toilet? Where am I going? Will I be able to go to, use the toilet when I need to? Those sorts of things. So it just perhaps reassured me a little bit. So anyway, going back to the today's reason for this video is what happened to it. So a few months ago, and this may have been when I was told to come off of the SMI tablet. So look back on some of my previous videos if you want to find out a bit more of that. So that would stop my periods completely, the SMI tablet. It was a miracle. And then I was thinking, okay, so then my next period is going to be a bad one, after a few months of not having one. So I thought I've got to get ready for with tranexamic acid, with everything else, just in case it's a bad month. And I went on to Boots, all of those places, where I usually get it, and they didn't have any, and so none in stock. So I kept looking back, none in stock. Kept looking back, none in stock. And I'm sure I did a Google search back then. And I'm sure there was something about one of the ingredients in the tablet was on short supply, and therefore there weren't so many tablets being manufactured. I may be completely wrong, and if anybody else knows anything different out there, please let me know, and please correct me. But there was a shortage of one of the ingredients, and therefore not so much was being manufactured. Still to this day, so a few months, 4 or 5 months on, say 5, even 6 months almost, perhaps before when I last looked, still the same. So it seems that you can't get it without prescription now, which is fair enough. That's how it always used to be before, Boots took on their version. But if it's I'm not going to go and pester the doctor if I don't need to for something else. So I just wondered if there's anybody else out there that had come across this issue before, had noticed, had it caused them any concerns or problems, whether anybody's been to their doctor, their GP, the consultant, and asked for tranexamic acid, or whatever the brand name is, and perhaps been told a similar story about shortage of supply, been able to get it, had no problems getting it. Does anybody else out there take it? What are their experiences? Is there anybody out there that would like to find out a bit more, or got any questions about it? Please let me know in the comments below, and I will respond. But that is my next concern. So I look forward to hearing from you soon, guys. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.